Hello again everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lord Alvon and today we are again drafting Modern Horizons and the clock's a little bit ticking here, so let's take a look at this pack. We got On Thin Ice, very powerful removal spell. There's also a Twisted Reflection, which is also quite a strong removal spell as well. And I like Feaster of Fools as in addition to those two. I think it's probably between Twisted Reflection and On Thin Ice. And between the two, I think I'll take Reflection. Not sure about that pick, but I feel a lot better about it. Seeing my second pick here, we get choice between Mob and Diabolic Edict and Fairy Seer. There's also an Igneous Elemental. And I think I like Mob here. Mob is one of, if not the best common in this entire set. Very solid removal spell, can be super cheap if you have a lot of creatures. And it's just really good in pretty much any black deck you'd want to draft. And we could potentially wheel the Phantom Ninja or the Phantasmal Form or the Fairy Seer. Even the Diabolic Edict would be fine, but this is a very solid start here to a draft here in this format. Now, with a start like this, I would kind of, very nice, another Twisted Reflection. I'd very much like to try to draft something like Blue-Black Ninjas, because we can get a lot of just really sweet synergies. I got to draft Blue-Black Ninjas at my local FNM this past week, and it was really strong. It took me to a 3-0 finish in a pod with some very tough competitors. So I'd very much like to try to draft Blue-Black Ninjas here. This could be a very strong start. And let's see. So here we can take... So here I'm seeing there's not a lot in terms of like really solid blue-black cards, but there is a Thundering Djinn, which is a really strong blue-red card, and there's also some other strong red cards in the Igneous Elemental. There's also a couple of really good white cards in Wall of a Thousand Cuts, Regular Cohort, and Astral Drifts. I think I'll take the Thundering Djinn here. We might be able to do some like blue-red splash black for these removal spells, potentially. But we'll see. I'm not counting out the blue-black just yet. But another Wall of a Thousand Cuts. This card is just really excellent. Holds the fort extremely well. Also a Shelter and an Unearth. Those are pretty decent. A lot of green cards here as well. None of these are all too great. I'm going to take the Wall. We're going to do some speculative picks here. And here you can take Shelter or Barren Moor or Knight of Old Benalia. Even Phantom Ninja or Prohibit are pretty fine. Looking at our previous picks, having double Twisted Reflection plus Mob definitely makes me want to lean towards trying to draft blue-black if I can. So I think I'll probably lean toward the Phantom Ninja. Although this is pretty close. And here we have Choking Tethers and Rank Officer. It's also a Reprobation and a Lancer Sliver. And Astrolabe. I think I like Rank Officer here. Discarding cards is not even too bad. You often have an extra card in hand that isn't too great to discard. And making 5 power across 2 bodies for 4 mana is not bad at all. A lot of Igneous Elementals going around. That card's definitely better than people give it credit for. I might take the Fists of Flame here. Or even like the Shelter. Shelter's probably the best card here. Not really too big on Return from Extinction. Here's an Azra Smoke Shaper. Okay, that's not too bad. It's a pretty decent ninja. There's also Choking Tethers, which is really solid. Take the ninja. Speculate here. Hey, how's it going, Cheesa? Good to see you. Also, there's Wall, 1,000 Cuts, Phantasmal Form. Take the Wall. I think Wall is very, very strong. You're going to take the Cave of Temptation. It's not the best fixer in the world, but... Oh my god. Alright. This Magic Online bug is really pissing me off. Like just auto picks like all your last picks for you in the end of every pack. It's super annoying. We're gonna sort by color here, and wow, okay, we got a Sword of Sinew and Steel. That's pretty nuts. Definitely taking that. Okay. So right now we have triple wall. So I'm gonna try to lean towards maybe drafting like some sort of like white blue or white black splashing the other color potentially. There's also here a Fact or Fiction, which is really strong. But yeah, the sword is just awesome. Swords are really strong in general, and it'll make every single creature I have a pretty big threat. So we'll take this and be pretty happy with it. You could take the Ingenious Infiltrator here and just kind of give up on all these white cards. I really, really like Ingenious Infiltrator. And we do have some strong blue-black stuff, so maybe just take this. I'm not really too huge in any of the white cards in this pack. I'm gonna just force it here, and we're gonna see how that goes. And wow, here's the Scourge of Modern right here, Hogak Arisen Necropolis. Not too great in limited, or not as great in limited. I will pick up the monitor. Just gotta give me time. Oh man. Yeah, Hogak is pretty nuts. I might even want to. I don't think I want to take Hogak here. I kind of like the Smoke Shroud. It's really good on the ninjas. I do already have 3 ninjas in the Phantom Ninja, the Smoke Shaper, and the Ingenious Infiltrator, and it's really good with Infiltrator if I get to manage to pull that off. But this is the kind of card that can come back to me. I think I'll take the Slug. Slug is a really nice 2-drop, and it enables your ninjutsu excellently. And here we have a Bizarre Trade Mage and a Pondering Mage. Both of those are really good. It's also a Slug and a Headless Spectre. I think of these, assuming we're taking these out, what does our curve look like? Sort by converted mana cost. I think I prefer Bizarre Trade Mage to Pondering Mage just because the body is just really nice for 3 mana. You often have a lot of just random nonsense to discard. And it's just super solid, and I really like Bizarre Trade Mage, so we'll take that. And here we have a lot of good cards. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm really getting rewarded for staying in black. So here we have the Grave Shifter. We have another Mob and a Prohibit and an Unearth. I think of those, I like Grave Shifter the best. Although I'm going to want to... so there's a simple reason, though, that I already have... I will do it. I already have 3 removal spells. This guy gets me back a lot of really powerful things. Here I'm going to take either Scour or Venomous Changeling. I think I like Venomous Changeling. It's one of those cards that's pretty hard to block, which makes ninjutsu pretty easy to get with that. Here we could take the Scuttling Sliver or another rank officer. I think I like the officer, although I am getting pretty heavy on the 4s. Here we can take either Headless Spectre or a Scour. I think between those I prefer the Scour. We already have like a double blue card, so I'm going to want to avoid double black cards that are like pretty cheap double black cards if possible. Here we'll take an Umezawa's Charm, I think. Umezawa's Charm is a pretty decent trick. None of these are all too great. I'll take a Stream of Thought for the sideboard. Here I'll take a Snow-Covered Swamp, Spectre. We're probably going to get these last 2 picks skipped, which is really annoying, but we're going to try to be on point here if we can. Yeah, I have no idea what that stream delay is, but yeah, it's a little bit wonky. Wow, Goat Nap. Yeah, it's just not letting me pick. Magic Online needs to really get a hang of this this like last few picks, because it's screwing up everybody's drafts. Like I would not want any of these cards, and it's definitely a possibility that I would have gotten something I could actually play, but nothing we could do about that. So here. I do want some cheap creatures to return, so I do like Putrid Goblin, but I think Exclude is enough better than Putrid Goblin that I need to take this. Exclude is just really excellent. counter creature, draw a card. It's really, really great. And yeah, exactly the kind of card that I want. I do hope that this Putrid Goblin comes around. I wouldn't mind Ransack the Lab either, but Exclude is just really excellent. And here there's a Smiting Helix, which is really nice if you're in the right colors for it, which I am not. I can't really flashback this at all, so I think I'll take another Gluttonous Slug. It's another one of those things that's really good to, again, to enable ninjutsu, which I have several ninjas already. And yeah, we'll do that. It also has a really nice internal synergy with the rank officer, because if you have this on, like, let's say like one counter, you can stack the trigger such that you discard your card and you get to evolve it to 2 with the zombie, and then you evolve it to 3 with the rank officer, so you can make it into like a 3/6, and that seems excellent to me. Here we'll take the Eye Kite. You don't have all that many ways to draw extra cards, I don't think, but it enables ninjutsu, and I don't really think I want to play either of these cards particularly all that much, so we'll take Eye Kite. I do want to pick up a Fairy Seer or two. That's like oh, perfect. Speak of the devil, there it is. Woo! This card is awesome. It's the exact kind of card we want to enable our ninjutsu, and I just like it quite a bit. Yeah, 2 minutes is definitely a lot better than 3, but I mean, I wish it wasn't as awful as it seems. Unearth is sweet. There's also a Lesser Masticore. This is not the kind of card I want to be using to enable ninjutsu, but it is very powerful. Can discard something, and then it is a 2-drop. It's a playable 2-drop. Zombie Soldier, Shapeshifter. I'll take the Masticore. I don't know if I'll end up playing it, but it is quite strong. It has Persist, which is pretty good. You're like a Prohibit. I think it's good to have at least like 1 or 2 counters in your blue-black decks in this format. And here we'll take a Diabolic Edict for the sideboard. Generally, this is not a main deck card. There are a lot of decks that have like tokens or like persist creatures like Lesser Masticore. You don't really want a Diabolic Edict against them, but there's the occasional deck that has like just a few really big creatures, and this can be quite strong against them. So it kind of looks like we're pretty heavy on 4s right now, but Infiltrator and the Smoke Shaper are both effective 2-drops in the right situations, so it's not nearly as bad as it looks. I do like Windcaller Avon here. I don't think I want a 3rd Slug. Maybe I do. Slug has a lot of good synergy with the deck, but I think Avon is probably fine. Giving Flying is nice when I have the Ingenious Infiltrator. Chiller Pillar is fine. Nothing really I want to be playing. Talisman is okay, I suppose. Add to my sideboard. And of course, it's going to auto-pick the last 4. Yeah, I'm really getting sick and tired of that. Magic Online team, get on that. It's not cool. Okay, so this is probably the deck right here. We did not end up with nearly as many Fairy Seers as I would like, in an ideal world, but we have some solid stuff, and I think this is definitely good. The one thing I'm a little sad about is that there's this Fairy Seer. There's the Headless Spectre and the Phantom Ninja, so it's going to be a little tough to decide like what my mana base should be skewed towards. That's a little bit iffy, but we're gonna separate creatures from non-creatures here. Just Twisted Reflection is probably a 3-drop, and it's also multicolored. So I think, I like that this deck has a lot of really good removal. Double Twisted Reflection plus Mob, just like, plus a Exclude is just a lot of really, really solid ways of killing creatures here. It's probably a 1-drop most of the time. Okay, well, let's combine groups and then sort by color. And this Reflection is basically a black card. So looking at this, I think I'm definitely going to want to skew a little bit towards black. So add basic lands. We're going to go the other way. Add to deck. Looks pretty solid to me. All right. Sort by converted mana cost. Again, these are 3s. And these are often going to be 2s. Seems good. All right. Let's take it out for a spin. Put a sword on a ninja and bash face. Seems pretty good to me. All right, join match. I also like that we have the Gluttonous Slug. I think the Gluttonous Slug is actually going to be quite excellent with our... Yep, we'll keep this. It's going to be really, really good with all of our ninjutsu enablers, and then also with the sword. This is pretty great, actually. So, Smoke Shaper, Rank Officer. I think I want 2 of those. I do think I want Smoke Shaper, though. So we can use Smoke Shaper to reuse our Fairy Seer, which is pretty sweet. That's excellent. Let's attack for 1 and then ninjutsu here, I think. Whoop. Get in there, Azure Smoke Shaper. Nice. Not the best use of an Azure Smoke Shaper by any means, but I mean, still, it's good damage, and Fairy Seer gets to get the double dip on Fairy Seer activations. So that's pretty sweet. Do I offer the trade for the Golem here? That's the question. I think I just... This is interesting, because what I would like to have is like a second blue source here, so I could go like Fairy Seer, hold up Prohibit. But given that I can't do that, you want to like hold back Smoke Shaper here. There's not a lot of efficient ways to use my mana here. That is the one problem. So if I like play Swamp, Sword of Sinew, and Steel, and then my opponent just like, for example, untaps and casts Pyrophobia on my Smoke Shaper, I'm just so far behind. I just get hit for 5, and then I probably will lose the game at that point. So I think what I want to do is play the Fairy Seer first. And it is a little bit mana inefficient, but Graveshifter is great. We're going to bottom that and top the Graveshifter. So now trading is going to be really nice. And we're just going to hold back the Smoke Shaper, and I'm totally fine to just trade either of these creatures off for one of my opponents. Ooh, they're going to outlast the Sliver. Okay. That's pretty strong. And another Enduring Sliver. Okay. Would have been nice to have been able to prohibit that, but I did not get the chance to do so, so oh well. Not the end of the world. Sword of Sinew and Steel actually does kill the Golem if I manage to hit with it, so that's pretty sweet. So I'm probably going to like play Rank Officer here, maybe discarding the Windcaller even, and I can get it back later, which would be nice. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe discard the Prohibit. Prohibit doesn't seem like it's going to be all that great anymore. It still's probably fine. But Windcaller even we can like get back later with Graveshifter, so that seems pretty good. We're going to do that. Hit with the Fairy Seer, and then we're going to use next turn. We're going to hopefully have 5 mana and be able to equip Sword and blow up the Golem. It's pretty strong if it ends up working out that way. My opponent has not shown a predilection towards attacking with this Golem just yet. Oh wow, first Sliver's chosen. That's pretty bad for me. So they make a Sliver into like 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Oh, I could Golem into a 6/6. 5/5 or 6/6 Sliver. Yeah, that is annoying for sure. Do I block this? And if so, with what? Double block it with Smoke Shaper plus Rank Officer. That seems terrible. We'll just take 6 here. I don't think that's too bad. Get a land here. That's perfect. Now we get to go 1, 2, 3. Sword of Sinew and Steel. Put that on the Fairy Seer. Bash him with the Seer. I get to blow up the Golem for free. And here I don't mind. This is where I don't mind starting to like chump block if I need to. Ooh, okay. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there. Okay, I was having trouble with that activation there. So apparently, if you hit with Sword, Sinew, and Steel, it asks for a Planeswalker first, and then it asks for an artifact. So do note that if you try to use that card yourself. All right, cool. So the Fairy Seer gets to bash in, take out the Golem for free. My opponent's got a million slivers. We're probably just gonna block with the Smoke Shaper here. Or chump block with yeah, I can see chump blocking with Smoke Shaper here. And then we can just, like, get it back with Grave Shifter and do it again. Or get back the Windcaller even. Yeah, this is fine. Because I want to have the Rank Officer around because I can activate the ability to get some value here. My opponent can't really attack with more than one creature per turn. Otherwise, they miss out on their Outlast value, which is kind of nice for me, I guess. Mob. Ooh, okay. Can I mob this first Sliver's Chosen? Hold on. So I can go like, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. So I could do that, or I could just go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like mob this for 4, and then hold up Prohibit. My opponent could then just attack with a bunch of Slivers, though. So kind of like casting Grave Shifter. Cast Graveshifter to get back Windcaller Aven, and then cycle Aven, give Rank Officer flying and get in for 6. Puts my opponent on a pretty quick clock. I also do just kind of like killing first Sliver's Chosen with the mob. Like tap 5, blow it up, get in for 6. Choices. If I do like, let's say like Graveshifter back, Windcaller Aven, I do 6 this turn, chump block a attacker with the zombie token or the Graveshifter, or probably Graveshifter, and then next turn I can do 6 this turn and then 5 next turn, which would be like Sword plus Rank Officer activation. Is that good enough? I think that's probably fine. I'm going to get back a Windcaller Aven. Yes, I would. We're going to cycle it. Give Rank Officer flying for the turn. Draw a card. And I could mob down this first Sliver's Chosen, but I don't see any reason to do so. I'm just going to kind of get him. All right. They're at 7 now. We have them down to 3, and then 2 more off of this, and then yeah, so 2 turn lethal, and they can't really attack like with put 2 counters on a creature. Sure, okay. They're gonna like attack with all 3 of these Enduring Slivers. Seems kind of okay. I guess that's a little bit worse. If they do that, then I do just kind of get them. Oh, just attacking with 1. Yeah, this is fine. I'm going to always yield to the Exalted. Always yield to that. Always yield to that. Okay, 6, 8, 8, or whatever. We're going to jump block with Graveshifter. Exclude. Sweet. All right, we can still get there. Like, Fairy Seer is going to just probably kill them. Fairy Seer plus Rank Officer. Yep, it's going to get there. Against Mono Slivers. What are they going to do? You're just attacking with 1. That's not going to do it. All right, cool. So we're going to, let's see. Can go like block first slivers chosen. Jump block this 3. Jump block the 4/4. Pay 1 and a black. Exile Azure Smoke Shaper. Yeah. Okay, cool. We win. All right. So my opponent playing slivers. Edict might be fine against him. That is a thing I could consider. Don't know if I like something like Prohibit in this matchup. It's a little bit too reactionary, especially on the draw. I'd rather have this on the play. Take that and put the Edict in. Killing like any 1 sliver is totally fine. Yeah, just spending 2 mana to kill a sliver is a totally reasonable play. And it helps break up their synergies between the slivers. So I think any removal in this matchup is pretty fine. This hand's really close to being good. Because like we have Cycle Avon, and then we can play Kite or Scour onto like... It's so close. I don't think we can actually reasonably keep it. We're going to keep this hand, though, and bottom this card. We're going to go Slug into Kite, probably. All right. So let's go... Or Slug into Phantom Ninja. That's pretty strong. All right, what do they got? Universal Automaton coming in. They have no 2-drop. Very interesting. We'll play our Gluttonous Slug. The Slug. If he attacks with the Automaton, I might not even block, because like the Slug becomes a 1/4, which is almost impossible to kill if I get like one evolve trigger here. Or like it becomes a lot more difficult to kill with 1 evolve trigger. So Spinehorn Minotaur. They missed out on 1 free damage. I almost assuredly would not have blocked that, but here we go. So we're gonna get to do the cool play that I said earlier in the draft, where we play Rank Officer and we get 2 counters on this. Just you wait. It's gonna be so good. Spinehorn Minotaur. I'll probably not even block that if he attacks with it, because double strike is a problem. And this becoming a 3/6 just makes it almost unbeatable. So yeah, we're not even gonna test those waters right now. It's a very risky guy. And there is Cleaving Sliver. All right, so here we go. We'll discard this Kite because it's kind of garbage. And we're gonna get value upon value. I gotta stack these triggers right. So stack Evolve first, and then yep. Then this. Yes, I do. Discard Kite. It's going to evolve again. It's going to evolve from this, and then it's going to evolve from that. It's going to be a 3/6. There we go. That is a solid 2-mana creature. 3/6 Menace. Ooh, baby. Good luck getting through that red-white opponent. Good luck. Yep, feels good, man. Feels real good. Can even like attack with Rank Officer, Smoke Shaper it back, and then get more zombies out of it. But I don't know if I want to do that. Probably don't. Probably just, yeah, we just win. He probably just can't get past the Gluttonous Slug. Yeah. So, what are we learning after that match? Gluttonous Slug is very good with Rank Officer. Very, very good. 3/6 Menace is just hard to get through. Especially as a common, like, my lord. Slug is real nice. We're going to keep this. It's not the best hand I've ever seen, but it's got Slug on 2 into Mob on 4. So if we get like any other creatures, it could be pretty nice. And what do they got? Changeling Outcast. That's a little unfortunate. Okay, or play that just in case we draw into the Phantom Ninja. I want to play that on our next turn. Mob. This little unblockable guy. That's definitely annoying. Puts me on a clock for sure. Oh, they got a ninja here? Oh, Smoke Shaper. That's totally fine. Not a big deal. And we got nothing. That's definitely not ideal. I would much rather have any play at all, but we don't, so... We might block here just to get value with Graveshifter, but that feels really bad. So we're probably just not going to do that. We'll just take 3 and suck it up. Our opponent looks like they're a little bit, potentially... No, they're not. Okay. And wow, we just have literally nothing. This is not at all ideal. I'll just mob this right now. I have to do it so he can't like play another Smoke Shaper and get indestructible. So maybe I'll just mob this right now. I don't know. Yeah, this is not a good use of mob at all, but I just don't want to die, so we're going to do it now. And just not give them the ability to ninjutsu something crazy. Yeah, there we go. Another Smoke Shaper. There we go. I called it. Called the shot. Feels real good. If I had waited until like the declare blocker step, I would have actually just lost a card, and it would have been really, really bad for me. So I can like Umezawa's Charm, pump the slug. Umezawa's Charm, kill the outcast. Probably want to charm the outcast down right now. Just kill it. Be harder for my opponent to activate their ninjutsu. I might want to chump block this Smoke Shaper with the slug here, just so I can play Graveshifter, but again, that seems terrible. I want my opponent to actually use a card to kill this. It just feels like it's throwing it away. They got Crypt Rats. Those are pretty scary. Those are very scary, actually. Rank Officer. There we go. That's a card I can get behind. All right, so it's not great against Crypt Rats for sure, but we do get to make the slug into a 3/6, so that's excellent. We will discard a card. We will evolve. All right, I guess it's going to be a 2/5, not a 3/6, excuse me. But still good. And we'll hold it back for blocking purposes because I don't want my all my guys to die. That seems not great to me. I maybe should have saved the land that I played that last turn so I could potentially discard it to Rank Officer if I Graveshifter it back at some point, but I think it's totally fine just to do this. My opponent has 3 goblins. Definitely makes the Crypt Rats a little worse. That's for sure. I will keep both of these in hand here. I don't really see any particular reason to attack or really do anything at this point. My opponent has the Crypt Rats, which is really bad for me. Although it does kill their entire board if they activate it for too much. Quakefoot Cyclops. That's unfortunate. I guess they did not have their 5th land, otherwise they would have just played it normally. But this is fine. I'm fine trading this for that and blocking a goblin here. It's not terrible at all. Slug can't block anyway, so they may have like another Azra Smoke Shaper ninjutsu off the goblin token here, and then make this indestructible. That'd be pretty bad for me, but I mean, can't really do much about that. So, all right, this is fine. Graveshifter? Sure. I guess we'll Graveshift back the Rank Officer. There's not much else I can do at this point. They effectively have me at 3 with these Crypt Rats. I would like to bring this back. So I definitely have to be careful about what I attack with. Yeah, we're in a rough spot. Being at 6 life is not ideal. our opening hand was bad, and we mulliganed into a hand that was mediocre. So these things happen. Orcish Hellraiser. Well, that's really bad because that dies. It deals 2 damage to me. I guess this can... Yeah, no, that can't gain me life. Phantom Ninja. I mean, that's okay, I guess. Phantom Ninja doesn't actually stop my opponent from killing me. That's the issue here. Maybe like attack with like a Grave Shifter or something. And then play 2 other guys. Because like, the problem is, this is 2 damage to me. This is 3 damage to me. So only like 1 more damage effectively, and I'm dead. So if they draw like a single copy of Swamp, I just die. So I need to try to end the game, even though I really have no way of doing that. So maybe I just have to attack with Grave Shifter or something right here. I might have to, just to try to end the game. Okay. This is fine. So I will take 2. I'll go to 4 life. If my opponent has another black source, I am dead. So I guess I'll just play out these things. Maybe force them to use the Crypt Rats right now. I don't know. Let's play this Rank Officer. This is definitely not ideal in any way, shape, or form, but we will try to make the most of it. All right, discard that, make another 2/2 zombie. It's a 3/6 slug. And what does my opponent have here? Spending 3 mana. This can't be good. X equals 3. Okay. Board's going away. I'm down to 1 life, but I do have a slug left. So if they have any burn spell, I am dead. Or a haste creature with flying, I am dead. Or, yeah, burn spell. That's going to get me. Okay, so aggressive black-red. Doesn't look too great, although I do know I want to have to play around a couple of Azure Smoke Shapers and potentially Crypt Rats as well, so I got to keep an eye out for those. Diabolic Edict is not going to be good in this matchup for sure. And other than that, I really don't have any sideboard cards because Magic Online is kind of dumb sometimes. But I think this is probably fine. Yeah, I definitely should start keeping extra lands in hand when I don't need them. Not only because I have 2 Rank Officers, but I also have the Lesser Masticore that I want to potentially enable sometimes. So, gotta think about that. Haven't drawn either Twisted Reflection yet. That's kind of weird. Or the Ingenious Infiltrator. I'd love... I guess the one hand that had an Infiltrator was the one I had to mulligan. Because it had 1 land. That was not going to fly in any world. I would like to play first. And here's another hand with too many expensive cards that I have to mulligan. That just is awful. This hand, on the other hand, is okay. We have Fairy Seer to get us a second blue. Fairy Seer, actually, Seer into Infiltrator is a great draw. We're going to keep this for sure. Venomous Changeling. That's okay, but I really want to get... like some real good payoffs here, like preferably ways I can protect this. Like Sword is excellent. I'll bottom this, put the Sword on top. My opponent's playing black-red, so the Sword's going to be really, really good. Azrael Complex. Yeah, so they're not going to be able to stop the Infiltrator here. Attack for 2. Declare attackers. Ninjutsu in this guy. Draw a card. And it's a 2/3. This is great. Can play Phantom Ninja next turn. If they don't have a way to kill this, then of course they have a way to kill it. Alright. Okay, opponent. I can get it back with Grave Shifter. Nice. Alright, so play the Phantom Ninja. Next turn we can play Fairy Seer plus Sword. Or we can play Grave Shifter. Yeah, we're still in this for sure. We have a very good hand. Opponent has Alpine Guide. Okay. That is a very powerful card. I don't have a way to stop it right now. Here I think I'll play Seer plus Sword, so I have double, I think 2 ways of 2 creatures that I could potentially equip it to. Also, I don't want to draw any more lands from this point, so Island, bottom, Reflection, top, Sword of Sinew and Steel, attack 4/2, and we can start crunching in here. If our opponent leaves that mana to try to blow us out with an equip, we can just play Graveshifter, get back Ingenious Infiltrator, and I kind of like the idea of just like ninjutsuing the Graveshifter with the Infiltrator, because then you can just kind of make a loop like there. Kind of like a loop, because then when your Infiltrator dies, you bring it back, and then you ninjutsu it again. So as long as your Graveshifter can attack as long as your Graveshifter can attack unimpeded, you can just keep on kind of looping these, which is pretty sweet. Alpine Guy is going to attack. Doesn't have a choice. I will take 2 because I don't want to trade away Fairy Seer for 0 value. My opponent is a Changeling Outcast. Does my opponent have anything else? A Putrid Goblin. Sure. All right. So they left open 1 mana. I know there's no 1 mana ways for them to kill a creature. That being said, do I want to equip the sword? And if so, to what? Probably the Phantom Ninja? But I kind of like just playing like the Graveshifter and getting back the Infiltrator. But it is more mana efficient if I play, like, equip the sword and then, like, Twisted Reflection down the Alpine Guide, potentially. That's a little more mana efficient. Puts them down back to 3 mana, because they did miss their land drop this past turn. So I do kind of like that. So we're going to go 1, 2, put the sword in the Phantom Ninja, get in there for 5 damage. We have nothing to kill here, which is fine. We're still getting in there for a lot of damage, and we're going to just Twisted Reflection. Caster Than Twine. Get them both. Kill that right away. Sack a mountain. They're down to 3 lands, and that should hopefully impede their mana enough that the unblockable protection from both of their colors creature can kill them. It's a 3-turn clock by itself. I don't see my opponent beating this. I don't see them beating this combo. They're probably going to Azra Smoke Shape, bouncing the Infiltrator, bouncing the, yep. Bouncing the little guy, and I take 5, go to 12. I still am ahead in this race. I have a Graveshifter getting back this next turn. And they're unearthing their Alpine Guide. That is annoying. That is definitely annoying, but not the end of the world. Here we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Graveshifter, get back Infiltrator. I think I'll just Ninjutsu Fairy Seer. I get to draw 2 here. That seems insane. Oh, that's so gas. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Draw 2. That's so good. So we're taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Okay. 8 damage is a lot. What I'll probably do is just... Oh, shoot. What I'll probably do in this next turn is just swap the sword over to one of my other creatures and then get in. We're going to block the Putrid Goblin here, I think. Taking 6 is fine. Yeah, taking 6 is fine. Actually, 6... No. Taking 6 is totally fine. Can they kill me from 6? What possible combination of cards could they kill me from 6? I don't think they can, actually. But yeah, no, I don't think they can kill me from 6. I don't think there's any way they can kill me from 6. Having the extra attacker is actually pretty nice here. This way, if they don't play anything, then we just attack with this, and we hold up like a bunch of blockers for all their attackers. And then okay, so they could play the giant next turn, which turns off 2 blockers. So that's Hellraiser. Okay, that's the thing to keep in mind. They also yeah, they're all tapped out. We can just move over the sword, and then we'll be good to go. So move sword to use Infiltrator, attack for lethal. All right, so 1, 2. Get in there, and that should be game. Woo! Okay, sweet. Game 3. All right, so I guess, yeah, definitely don't want this in there. Still, I think the deck setup is pretty good. Talismans don't seem like they're going to do all that much. Yeah. Let's run it back. Yeah, Ingenious Infiltrator on turn 2 is quite good. If my opponent hadn't had the Pyrophobia there, I would have just run away with the game. And even so, I still just managed to crush them pretty handily with the Phantom Ninja plus Sword combo. Turns out protection from your opponent's deck is pretty strong. All right, we have to mulligan a 3rd time this match because our mana is just awkward. And this hand is okay. We'll keep. Phantom Ninja I want to put on the bottom. It's a decent card, but not really one we want here. We have a Lesser Masticore. Okay, so probably I could cycle the Windcaller Aven here, and I might want to do that. I probably do, just because it'll dig me farther in my deck. There's also the thing where I could just go like Lesser Masticore and then discard Windcaller Aven to it. I'll just cycle it. Might as well. Give that thing flying for a turn. Okay, so I can play the Slug here and then Masticore. I can go Slug, Masticore discarding Slug. Masticore discard Slug isn't bad. Although this is kind of terrible for ninjutsuing. I kind of like just going Slug and then playing Masticore to actually pump the Slug. I do take 3 here, but my opponent has to pay 1 mana to keep this guy alive, so that's not even all that bad. Their mana is really restricted this turn. If they don't have another 2-drop here, then they just kind of... It's almost as if they just play like a 3-mana 3/3 haste, but they have another 2-drop, so that kind of ruins that plan. I think I'll discard the Smoke Shaper here. We're trying to use this to like draw into some gas, and this doesn't seem like it's going to be doing all that much here. Although getting extra triggers on Fairy Seer is fine, but no, we're just going to play Fairy Seer. Maybe do that first. Scry 2. Scour is going to be really nice, actually. I do probably want the 2nd blue source. So, because I'm going to want 4 mana for activating this Lesser Masticore, so let's go maybe like Scour first and then Island. So top. We're going to evolve this, and then we're going to play Swamp, Masticore, discard Azure Smoke Shaper for it, evolve this again. Now it's a 2/5. That should hold back all of this nonsense. And once I get my 4th mana, which will happen next turn, I can start using this Lesser Masticore to just kind of like ping off my opponent's creatures if they have like the little goblin tokens. That's pretty strong. I can also just tap my creatures plus a couple of lands to mob next turn. So if they have like one big creature payoff here, then I get to get them with that. Which is pretty nice. They're going to cycle Unearth. That's pretty good. Don't mind that at all. Goblin Champion. Okay, that seems kind of terrible against me right now. Especially since Lesser Masticore just pings it off like nobody's business. But I can't do it this turn, so we're going to Scour. Bottom that, top this. Then we have 5 mana. We can mob something. Also, we can flashback Scour next turn, maybe, potentially. Which is pretty strong. And this Lesser Masticore is really annoying because it allows me to ping creatures, but not only that is... yeah, this is great. Okay. Alright. Yeah, this is keeping back my opponent's whole team. Do I want to mob down anything? Nope, I do not. Umezawa's Charm, that's pretty good. Okay. So I guess I'll get him with the Fairy Seer. I'm not really planning on blocking with that particularly all that much. And we got other guys that are holding down the fort, so this is totally fine. Just gonna start eating all their creatures one by one. That's pretty gas. What do they have here? Goat Nap. What? Can they sacrifice it at all? I don't think so. Maybe I'll just kill a goblin in response. Could Twisted Reflection to give it -6/-0 and then kill that. That seems terrible though. We're just going to kill a goblin. Pew! You attack me for 2. It's whatever. It's not a goat. Unless they have a way to sacrifice it. Even if they do, like, it goes back under its owner's control. So, like, I'd get to get it back if they kill it. They're going to get in for a bunch of damage here, but I still get to kill their thing. So, it's not even all that big a deal. Let's kill probably this, because they can start paying me next turn. This guy isn't bad either. I'm going to kill that, I think. Yep, we're going to kill that. Also has the upside of not having my guy die to Umezawa's Charm if my opponent happened to have that. And since they do have... okay, this is good. Bizarre Trade Mage. Do I want to play that this turn, or do I want to just ping something? I think I want to just ping something. I can still keep attacking with this. Boop. Yep. If you try any funny business, then we can just get him with Masticore. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ping that down right now. Pew! Okay, now we're going to block here, and we're going to block there. And we'll take a grand total of 1 damage. Or maybe they have... Oh, they probably have Indestructible. Yeah, they have it as a Smoke Shaper, don't they? Yeah, okay. That's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. But whatever. They get to save their Orca Shell Razor. They get in like 3 more damage. Yep. Okay. That is annoying. So you know how to 6? Definitely makes me want to hold back this Fairy Seer now, just to potentially chump block if I need to. They have a Goblin in their hand. Okay, Swamp is good. So I can go Swamp, and then I can go like Bizarre Trade Mage, draw some cards, discard some cards. Trade Mage isn't all that good right now. That's the one problem. Although I guess it's better than... Maybe a Trade Mage without playing the Swamp. You just card the Swamp plus the 2 cards we draw. I don't want to discard any of these good removal spells. That's the one problem. Trade Mage does make the Gluttonous Slug a nice threat, though. That is another thing to consider. Yeah, I think I just play... Don't even play the Swamp. I kind of like playing the swamp. I might need to play Umezawa's Charm to gain 2 life this game. It's kind of crazy. But we're gonna go ahead and play this. Play the Trade Mage. Probably discard like I don't know, Twisted Reflection or something. Yep, let's do that. We're gonna evolve. Draw 2, discard 3. Ooh, Infiltrator. That's good. So you can go discard Swamp, discard Twisted Reflection, discard Umezawa's Charm. I do, because Infiltrator is really good on this board. I can play use the Fairy Seer to enable it. And that's kind of gas. It like probably holds back my opponent's whole team at this point. That gets back some of the value I'm losing off this Trade Mage. Maybe just like discard Swamp, Reflection, Mob, because these guys are not very efficient answers for my opponent's threats, and Umezawa's Charm could gain me life, which is kind of important. Yeah, that's weird, but I think I have to do that. So we're going to evolve the Slug. We're going to attack. Attack for 1, and instead of doing 1, we're going to do 2, and we're going to draw a card. We have 3 blockers for my opponent's potential 3 attackers. The only way this goes really poorly for us is if they top deck that one giant, a Quakefoot giant, could be really bad. We'd end up taking like 3 damage or 4 damage off of that, putting us to 2. So the Quakefoot giant actually just kills us. So that's good. Good that we have this the Umezawa's Charm in hand here. Okay, Venomous Changeling, nice. Okay, so now we can just start kind of getting there. I think I'd rather go Fairy Seer plus Ping rather than Venomous Changeling. Fairy Seer. I would like to scry 2. And let's see what we have. That's pretty bad. I don't think I have enough that I want this. Well, it's not terrible. I'll probably end up discarding a Swamp. It's not bad. Gives us some reach, which is nice. Let's attack with the Trade Mage. Attack with the Slug too, but I'd rather not do that. Attack with the Trade Mage. And Infiltrator definitely makes it so my opponent like is disincentivized to attack me, which is really great. Let's see what they got. Ender turn will just ping this. Lesser Masticore putting in work. All right. Good flashback a Scour here too. All right, if we attack with everything, the opponent blocks here, get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not enough damage yet, so we're going to continue to do what we've been doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Play Venomous Changeling. Attack for 1, 2, I suppose. Because doing this makes the Tsar Trade Mage by itself into a couple turn clock, which is nice. So they're going to play the Goblin Champion here. So I attack with everything here. I get in for 3, 4, 5. Let's say they block. Yeah, I think I'm gonna win. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and they have let's see, they block the two biggest guys. So 1, 2, and that's 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they're dead. Okay, they are dead. So we're gonna go ping that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ping that, and I attack with everything. They can't block the Slug, so they have to, let's say, double block it. So they go down, they block this, and they block that, and they take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I also have the Umezawa's Charm, so yeah, they are very dead. Attack with all creatures. Whoop. You are very dead. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. +2/+2 on my Fairy Seer. All right, 2-0 with ninjas. This feels good. I like the synergies of this deck. I like them a lot. Whew. All right, let's see if we can get a 3-0 here. That'd be nice. Woo. All right, Cheese. I don't know how long ago you got back because I was really concentrated on that last game. But welcome back. How'd the work call go? Hope it went well. Still waiting on the queue. Somebody has 19 undefeated trophies. That's insane. Mad props to that person. All right, I would like to play first. This is pretty great. And this is the 4th time in a row we're going to have to mulligan. And this hand is bad, but it's... can't keep it. We can't mulligan this. We're going to put that on top, I suppose. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to hold up Prohibit on turn 2 rather than play the Slug. And then if my opponent plays a 2-drop, we'll counter it. And then if not, we'll just untap and we'll play the Slug next turn because the Slug doesn't really do anything by itself. So Prohibit's really bad on turn 3. So we're going to counter this Talisman, I think. Fixes 2 colors for my opponent, potentially. Maybe they're playing Smiting Helix, and this would be a really good way to fix for that. So we're just going to say no to that particular thing. Headless Spectre. Well, that's unfortunate, because we can't actually cast that off of our triple island draw here. I am playing more swamps than islands, so we just kind of got unlucky, but that's okay. We are on a mulligan, you know. These things happen. Diabolic Edict. Sure. Oh wow, our opponent didn't have a 3rd land drop. I guess they were really, really counting on that Talisman to put in some work. Prohibit coming in clutch. Bottom that, top this. It's a hold an island in hand. Figure out what needed to do. Nice. That's good. Found a dead code. Ooh, wow. All right. Seems good, man. All right, so I guess we'll play the island now, and then we're going to attack with the Fairy Seer. Woo! Yeah, so Cheesehead, I got to counter my opponent's Talisman on turn 2 with Prohibit, and now they've missed their next 2 land drops. So, feels real good, man. Feels really good. Rank Officer. Do I play Rank Officer here? Discarding Spectre? I think I do. Because I don't think... Yep, I can't cast it anyway, so we're going to ditch that. Puts a lot of power in play. We do let down Exclude for a turn, but we have Twisted Reflection if my opponent happens to have a creature this turn that's really strong. And if not, then they can't have any. If they don't have anything here, then they're just going to have to discard hand size, which is going to be really bad. And I can probably, with like Exclude plus Twisted Reflection and these creatures, I can probably just kill my opponent before they do anything, but they do have a okay, that's annoying. Devils love adding injury to injury. I'm sure they do. Scour all possibilities. All right, so I could just hold this Rank Officer back, and I think I will. So you can exile this Gluttonous Slug or the Headless Spectre from the yard and start getting in some damage, which is nice. I could Scour here, or I could hold up Exclude. I think it's better to hold up Exclude. So I don't know if I'm going to end up drawing a land, and it'd be kind of sucky to put all my eggs in one basket and then have that basket not really work out. So... if my opponent plays a creature I want to counter, I'll counter it, and if not, we will... Ooh, Headless Spectre, I think, is worthy of countering. Yeah, we'll just not let that happen. If we just play... if they let them play it, and then we let... if If you let them play it and then kill it, then they can use Vengeful Devil's ability and shoot down the rank officer, which is pretty bad for us. So let's not let that happen. Let's not let that happen today. Smoke Shaper. Ooh, very nice. Okay, so we're going to attack with everything, and then if they block here, the rank officer, we're going to get to kind of get them with this Smoke Shaper here. It's like a pretty tempting block, too, so I wouldn't blame them for doing it. 1, 2, boop. Gas. Oh, that's so good. Okay. Indestructible. And they take 5. Their devil dies. And we'll play Scour here over the Fairy Seer because it's more mana efficient. Swamp, we don't particularly need. Umezawa's Charm is pretty good, though. Helps us get through our get our blockers through. And I don't mind that at all. They have a Gluttonous Slug of their own. Okay. If they don't have a follow-up creature, we can just Twisted Reflection to swap the power and toughness and kill it. So, they have a... Looks like they had an Unearth for their Headless Spectre. That's pretty strong. But we have them on the ropes here, which is nice. So, can... So like attack with all of these guys. We have like so many tricks here. I don't think there's any way this could go wrong. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, if they don't block, we just Umezawa's Charm and kill them. And if they do, we have like a million ways to make their blocks just miserable. So let's just attack with everything. Let them agonize over what to block here. So they're trading there, and they're trying to eat my guy there. Okay, so what's the best way to kill their thing here? I could -1/-1 on this, or I could, let's say, give this -6, -0, and then flip its power and toughness, and I save this guy. It's a pretty good block. Let's see. So I could just +2/+2 here, and then... I could like swap this one's power toughness to that. That seems terrible. 1, 4. -1 this. That seems the most efficient. Or just +2/+2 on my guy. Yeah, let's do that. +2/+2 on that. And then... we can play Fairy Seer, hold up Windcaller Raven, maybe. Yeah, they're just going to concede. Okay. I think I agonized a little bit too long about that, but that's okay. I don't think this is a Diabolic Edict matchup, so we'll just keep it the way it is. This should be a good matchup for the Sword, though. Gives you protection from probably half the colors in their deck, so that's really good. This hand is great. Fairy Seer on 1, Scry send to a good ninjutsu, that's fine. And if not, we can hold up Prohibit on 2. A Prohibit on 2 on the draw is not great. It's pretty actively bad most of the time, actually, but it's probably... Ooh, Sword, nice, okay. So play the Seer. Hopefully we can scry into an Ingenious Infiltrator. That would be excellent. And let's do some scrying. Eye Kite. Don't want this. Probably do want Eye Kite. Eye Kite on 2 isn't bad. I'd much rather play Eye Kite than hold up Prohibit onto my opponent's turn 3. That seems really subpar. Vengeful Devil. Ooh. That's no fun. It's going to be very easy for my opponent to kill my Fairy Seer if they have this guy in play. At the very least, I got off the Scry, so just play the Eye Kite. Let's see. How many ways do I have of triggering this? Is it literally just the Windcaller Raven? It might be. It very well might be. Wow, really? Force of Despair, exiling Etchings of the Chosen. I guess that kills both my guys. I mean, you're still 2-for-1ing yourself with 2 really powerful spells to kill my 2 kind of useless guys, so I mean, sure. This is fine. Opponent doesn't have a 3-drop? Yeah, that was probably a mistake. But, I mean, as far as they know, I might have, like, some ninja that's really strong, so I don't know. It's kind of reasonable, I guess. But yeah. We got a sword. And I misspoke earlier. It actually gives protection from both my opponent's colors. So any creature that I land with this is going to be really gross. And I think normally I'd want to get back Fairy Seer, but I think I want to get back Kite just because it doesn't die to Vengeful Devil, which is definitely a thing I'm considering here. So let's get back an Kite because it doesn't just die. Although Fairy Seer is better in literally every conceivable way, the extra toughness, not dying to the Vengeful Devil, I think is very relevant. Also, just having like a 3/4 flyer with the sword on it is just pretty strong. They have a 3-mana Undead Augur. Okay, that's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. So next turn I probably play Kite and then put the sword on the Kite. Could play Kite, hold up Prohibit, equip the sword, hold up Prohibit. My opponent could have a really good 4-drop here, which I'm going to kind of want to hold up Prohibit for next turn. I'm going to put this on the Kite. I think that's pretty strong. This will be pretty easy to attack with. Definitely with some consideration of putting it on the Graveshifter, but I think it's fine to do it either way. They have Throes of Chaos. That seems terrible. Another Undead Augur. I guess it's not too bad. That's not too bad. They do get to draw 2 cards if this guy dies, but if he's going to attack with it, it just runs into Kite, so that's pretty terrible for them. Mizawa's Charm. Okay. Sure. Suppose I attack with Kite. Then move the sword over to Graveshifter. That's okay. Just take turns attacking. I kind of want to hold up the Prohibit. Prohibit's pretty strong. Nothing to kill with it. Move it over. Hold up Prohibit for a 4-drop. If they're just trying to do Throes of Chaos a bunch of times, I don't know how good that's really going to do. Specifically because, I guess they're going to do it. Yep. So whatever's in their hand is bad. Firebolt? Do I just like +2/+2? Just killing my Kite. Do I counter that with Prohibit? Probably not. Just +2/+2, my guy. Just -1/-1 that and counter this. Do I care? This is a 4-turn, 5-turn clock. I don't really know if this is worth countering. Kite doesn't really do much. This is a 4-turn clock by itself, I suppose. No, I'll just +2/+2. I'd rather hold up the counter. The counter's a little better, I think. Kill the foil one just to spite them. They do get to draw 2 and lose 2, which is kind of sweet. That doesn't put them dead a little bit sooner, maybe, potentially. Because I can do, let's see. I guess not. Deal 1 damage to me with the Vengeful Devil. Okay, sure. That's not even that big a deal. Gluttonous Slug. Sure. Okay, so now I can attack with both of these. And then play the Slug. kind of sweet. Play slug, hold up prohibit, and just keep on trucking. The reason I'm attacking that way is because it potentially gives me lethal in one quicker turn if I can hit with the Eye-Kite like one more time. I can hit with Eye-Kite plus Graveshifter, then Graveshifter by itself is lethal on the following turn. So we're going to unearth that and draw some more cards, but they're still losing life, so I don't even mind that, honestly. Save my prohibit for things that actually matter. That is not a thing that actually matters. They attack, we'll just block with a slug, and they're not going to attack. Okay. Well, they could have pretty reasonably done so. Maybe they're afraid of my open mana. It seems okay. So we're going to bash in for 5, and then Graveshifter wins the game by itself next turn. Okay. Hold on to the swamp in case I draw one of my looting effects, and I think did I move over the sword to the slug? Probably not. I don't really think I need to, because what I want to do is just protect this guy, because this guy's lethal by himself next turn, so totally fine just to do this. So this way, I'm holding up both Prohibit and Mob, or Prohibit Kicked. Either or. I think I got him. Yep, there we go. There we go, another 3-0. Sweet. Man, I love ninjas. Ninjutsu is just like this. It's one of the sweetest mechanics I've ever gotten to play with. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that. It's over kind of quickly. These guys, yeah, it turns out when you play against red-black and you have a red-black sword, you just kind of get to steamroll them. But anyway, that's all for today's draft. So until next time, this is Lord Alvon, signing off.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my video. If you like what you saw, please feel free to leave a like or comment down in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to see more of me, you can do so by clicking one of the links over here on my left, or subscribe by clicking the link right here in the middle. Anyway, that's all we got for this video, so until next time, this is Lord Alvon, signing off.